Hello, my name is Rob Garner. I'm a computer programming instructor, and today I'm going to continue modeling a robot. So the next thing I'm going to do is add a sphere to the scene. And I'm going to limit its subdivisions in axis and in height like we did before. And let's see, move this. We're just going to position this about where the shoulder is, and we're going to put the we want this in a T pose, so I'm going to line it up so it's going. This will point out of the arm. Another way to do modeling rather than taking geometry and joining it is to extrude the geometry out. And so I'm going to take these faces and extrude them out. I think I want this to all be one item. So actually what I'm going to do before I do that is go into vertex mode, select that vertex, or actually let's take the lines and remove those edges. So we have this one face that we can extrude, go back into face select mode, and if I hit the E key, the Control E key, it allows me to extrude this arm out. And since my model isn't in a T pose, maybe what I'll do is go back into object mode, and let's rotate this down so it kind of matches this arm for now, and then we'll move it back up into a T pose later. Again, Control E to extrude. So that'll be first extrusion, another Control E. And I'm going to want to, because this will be an elbow joint here, I'm probably going to want a few of these. So I'm going to just hit Control E a few times. And then then to the wrist again, I want a few lines here to make it animate better when I do wrist movements, and then we're not going to make a really complex hand. And so this is my arm, and I'm going to want to widen out and reposition some of this. So now I'm going to go into vertex mode and select my vertices. And just get these scaled approximately where I want them. And I'll use my cut tool to add some more lines for the elbow joint. And there's no right or wrong answers in a lot of this. We're just trying to get this to look approximately what we laid out. The hand is kind of rotated flat here, but I'm going to put it in the other plane. So I'll bring that down. Get the thumb, I'm just going to extrude this with a Control E again. I'm not going to rotate this arm in position yet. So at this stage, I'm just kind of working to get those dimensions. And in fact, maybe it was a bad idea to extrude that thumb at this stage before I have the rest of it. So I'm going to undo. Undo those extrudes and get the width of the hand sorted out first. Sometimes it's useful to move the reference point that you're moving from. In this case, I'm going to move this reference point D, and I'm going to move it relative to that vertice. Maybe I'll just move it by hand here. And rotate, and so now when I scale, it'll scale into that, so I can bring those together. I have some leftover vertices from my initial attempt, so I need to take those out. We'll do it with edges. And of course, if I go from 1 to 3, it'll show me 3 will show me what it looks like smooth. 1 will show me what it looks like as it is. And I'll just keep moving these around until I have approximately what I want. I'm going to use my cut tool to add some vertices for rotation. And rather than have all this mess of vertices here, I'll probably just join these all up. Let's try to do that better. Probably do it with edge removal first. The merge tool allows you to merge vertices if you change the threshold to somewhat larger, it'll select all of them and kind of bring them together. And let's see, is that about what we want? Maybe another line here to oh, we're missing a line, so we need to create an edge there. So we notice that I deleted an edge here, which makes this look a little odd. And so to put the edge back in, I'm going to use the bridge tool here. And we're going to go from this vertice to that one. Hit enter. And that puts that back in. Let's see if that makes it better. That'll do. So I want to put this in a T-pose. I'm going to go back up to the front view. And from object mode, we'll rotate this up. And we have a robot with an arm. And I think I'm going to leave this one disconnected because I want this arm to rotate and not change this hinge socket, just to give it the kind of look I'm looking for. And that's what we've got so far.